Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something really exciting, and this is the first time I have ever done this, not only for this channel but just in general. And we're going to be starting a reading blog. But this reading blog is not going to be like any other, because I'm going to attempt a challenge, and that challenge is to try and read for as long as I was on TikTok all of last week. Now bear in mind that I do reading sprints on Tuesdays and Thursdays and some other bonus days, and I'm on sometimes for more than 4 hours. So we're talking a lot of time. So let's have a little look at my phone screen time and let's see what we're letting ourselves in for. I'm dreading this. Okay, so today is Wednesday, so we're slightly cheating the system because I don't have enough time to do a full 7 days from today, because this video would be due out that day otherwise. But we're going to do from the whole of last week, so we're going to do Monday to Sunday last week. Now that equals 23 hours and 37 minutes, and you can even see on the little peaks for Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday, and those were the 3 days that I went live last week. So yeah, this is not looking great. It is a daily average of 3 hours and 22 minutes. So we're going to try and break up 23 hours and 37 minutes of reading over the next 7 days to try and reduce the amount of screen time I have on this bad boy and try and increase the amount of reading that we do this week. Before I get into any reading today, I should mention it is already 4 p.m. and I've not yet read today, so we're starting off really well. It's also date night, so me and Pete are going to be watching our TV series later on. I'm really kind of setting myself up for failure here right from the get-go, but I'm quickly going to take the dog for a walk and then see if I can get any reading done before he gets home from work. We shall see. I'll update you later. Dude. It is now much later, much later. It's actually 8:30. I've done all of my chores, had dinner, taken the dog out, etc, etc, spent some time with Pete, and now it is time to start reading. So we are going to set the timer, we're going to start going. Annoyingly, apparently timers between your Mac and your phone don't sync, so I'm going to have to like screenshot the time and start it on the devices again, whatever. Either way, we're going to start. I'm going to do some reading now and see how far I can get through all in before we end the timer. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this while I'm sprinting, but I'll show you periodically, or at least at the end anyway. So yeah, 23 hours, 37 minutes to go in 6 hours, 6 days and an hour and a half. What have I done here? Right, let's see how we get on. Okay, I just finished reading for the night and I'm gonna get ready to go to bed. But we have 22 hours and 20 minutes left. So I will be taking this time on to tomorrow and see how we do. I am in the office tomorrow, so I'm going to be obviously reading on my lunch break. I won't be taking you with me, obviously, but I will catch up with you once I'm finished at work. I've been reading all in tonight and I am now up to 80%, so I only have an hour left in the book. So I will get this finished tomorrow and then I'll start Bad Blood. But I'm absolutely loving this. This series in general is it's just amazing. I want to read it all the time. I just don't want to put it down. I think I prefer this book to the second book, Killer Instinct, because the team are actually working on active cases. It's a little bit more exciting. So it's going well so far. I will let you know my thoughts once I'm finished, but yes, 80% of the way through is where I finish this evening with 22 hours and 20 minutes left on the clock. So let's see what tomorrow's got in store. Also, side note, I was only on TikTok for 46 minutes today, and that's even with posting a TikTok video. So I think it's worked. We've gone down from an average of 3 hours and 23 minutes to 46 minutes. I'd say it's a success. I have finally just got home from work and I am so tired. It is unbelievable. Like I have massively crashed. I've got no energy. So I think what I'm going to do is have a shower, wash my hair, have like a lovely, just relaxing shower, get into my PJs, my Oodie, and I'm just going to try and read my book for as long as possible tonight. I'm going to be on sprints, but I don't think I'm going to film any of it, only because this video is going to be 7 days long and you're going to see so much. You're going to see so much of me sprinting that, or just reading in general. I just want to look awful and read tonight. So I'm not going to bring you with me, but I will keep you updated on where I am at time-wise. So I finished All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I absolutely loved it. It was incredible. I actually rated it 5 stars. I think it's my favourite book in the series so far. If you're not aware of what the series is about, it's like a YA murder mystery. Oh, Teddy having his little upside down back scratch on the floor. Yeah? You've been on your own all day and now you got all this energy? Yeah, you got all this energy. Come on then. Come say hello. There we go. Say hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. We sniff you. Oh my god, you're just so cute. You're just so cute. I just love you so much. Oh, hi. No, that's you can smell my chocolate. I have them in my desk. That's Mama's chocolate, not Teddy's chocolate. Mama's chocolate. Yeah. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, little boy. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, little boy. I am. I'm watching you. Which toy? Which toy? Which toy? Where is it? Where is it? Which toy? Which toy? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, sweetie. Where's it? Is it? Get it then. Get it. Okay, bye. Where was I? Yeah, so I finished All In. I rated it 5 stars. It was definitely my favourite book by far. If you don't know what the series is about, it's a YA murder mystery about 5 teenagers. Well, I'd say they're like late teens. They're like 17 years old, so they're almost adults, who get handpicked by the FBI because they have a natural affliction to a specific talent. So, for example, 2 of them are profilers. One of them can detect lies and can kind of like misdirect. One of them is amazing with statistics, and the other, he can detect emotions, and that's all because of like how they grew up. So it's like a natural ability, and they work with the FBI to look at cold cases. But obviously, as the series develops, more and more happens. You kind of get a lot more about the character's backstory, and the first one was amazing. I rated it 4.5 stars. That is The Naturals. And then the second one was Killer Instinct. I rated that 4. And then the third one was All In, which I rated 5. And there was something about that book and the way that it was set up that just baffled me. Like, the thing that I find amazing about authors is that they put all of these tiny little hints throughout an entire series of books, and it comes together. It like all converges at one point where it kind of becomes clear to you, and I think that's amazing enough of a talent just in one book, let alone over a series of 4 books, to kind of have had that plan the whole way through. I don't know if they just like make it up as they go along, or I don't know, like it honestly baffles me. But then I started Bad Blood, which is book number 4, and I started that on audio at work so that I could drive home. So that's where I'm at the moment. I'm at with the audiobook. I'm currently at 10%, which is a decent amount through, to be fair, which is chapter 7. I've only just started chapter 7, so I'll just repeat the first minute of it in the Kindle. I'm trying to find it. I'm sure I have it on here. And then I will continue reading that later on. In terms of time, we are sitting at 20 hours and 27 minutes and a second left. So we started at 23 hours 37 minutes, so I've done 3 hours and 10 minutes. Now that doesn't even cover yesterday's timing, so I've still got another 4 hours to try and do today if I can. We'll see how I get on. I feel like I may have over-egged it on this particular challenge. It's a challenge. Gotta try and push yourself. But yeah, I will read as much as I can this evening, and then I shall probably update you as to where I'm at tomorrow, to be honest. But yeah, I hope you all had a fantastic day and you don't feel sleepy and tired like me. If you do feel sleepy and tired like me, make sure you go and do something for you. Do a self-care, something. Put a face mask on. Sit in a nice cozy room with a blanket and read your book. Have an everything bath or everything shower. Paint your nails, wash your hair, whatever it is that makes you feel good. This is your reminder to do it because you deserve it. It's now the next day. I had a shower. I left my hair to go naturally curly and crazy. And I'm gonna straighten my hair while I catch you up about my day yesterday. Books, just have a little chat in general. I will update you on the challenge though. I read for too long yesterday and my medication kept me up late. I was up until an ungodly hour reading my book because I'm obsessed with it. I'm actually at 90% and I started it yesterday. And timing wise, we are actually at 15 hours and 59 minutes. So I read for too long. Like I said, I am at 90% of my book and I'm at that point where I just need to carry on reading because I have to know what is going on. Like it is unreal. But we need to quickly get ready for the day. So we are going to straighten my hair and then I've got to work. What a look. So yeah, I need to get ready for the day, work, and then I'm hoping I might be able to finish the last bit of my book on my lunch break. In fact, let me see how long it says I've got left in the book. It says I've got 26 minutes. 26 minutes. I am hoping that I'm going to be able to finish that. Well, I definitely will be able to finish that on my lunch today. So just need to get ready. Got such a busy morning at work as well. So I have been enjoying this series so much. I love Jennifer Lynn Barnes and how she writes. I'm definitely going to read some more of her books, I think. Some of her older ones or her other series. I know she's got is it the Inheritance Games? That series. And then she's also got, is it the Final Gambit? Or no, that's the last book in the Inheritance series. What's it called? The Grandest Game. That's it. And then she has got some other series that are like, sort of like a back catalogue, if you will. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to those, to be honest. I do like her writing style. And for some reason, I'm not a fan of a thriller. I think I've figured it out. I like a murder mystery. Is murder mystery like a subgenre of thriller? Or is it a genre of its own? I don't actually know. I need to find that information out. But yeah, I think I've figured out that I like murder mystery and I don't like thrillers necessarily. Like, I don't think they're bad. I don't really like do it for me for some reason. I got so hot whilst doing that I just had to quickly stop and get changed because I could not cope with how hot I was. But at least I'm now changed for the day. So that's a positive at least. And I can't remember what I was saying, so I'm sorry if I just randomly start talking about something else. But one thing I do want to talk about quickly is that obviously I have no idea how much I've mentioned it and how much I haven't because my memory isn't great, but I recently was diagnosed with ADHD. In fact, I was diagnosed last week and I've started medication this week. Now, I wasn't really going to talk about it an awful lot. I mean, I don't want a whole load of people in my, I want to say real life. I don't think people in my real life watch my content in any way. But yeah, I didn't really want people to know necessarily because, well, I don't really know how valuable it is for them to know, to be quite honest. But I feel like I just want to briefly talk about it on here for a sec because I have been struggling with my mental health now for quite a few months. It's got quite bad. I wouldn't say I feel down. I'd say I feel overwhelmed. I've been so overwhelmed that I've just not been able to cope with things very well. And now, obviously, I know that that was undiagnosed ADHD. One thing that I do feel like has been affected by it is my ability to read. So all of my life, well, I've read on and off throughout my life, but I've read consistently now for almost 3 years and it's become an absolute obsession. It's the one thing that I've always been able to do no matter what, unless things got really bad, like when my dog Mason died, stuff like that. Like I temporarily couldn't read because I was feeling so much emotion that my brain just couldn't process. But most of the time reading is an escape for me and it's something that I am able to do because my brain hyperfixates on it. And recently I found that I think the overwhelm and the ADHD burnout, because obviously now I know all of these things. At the time I didn't know what I was going through, but now I do know that I was experiencing a huge ADHD burnout, and my brain just got so overwhelmed to the point where I just couldn't read. Like, I genuinely just couldn't read. I couldn't focus on anything. And I found that I didn't get as much enjoyment out of reading anymore. I'd find that books weren't hitting the same, that nothing I read kind of hit the spot for me. And it kind of got to a point where I was like, is reading still for me? Like, is this something that is still what I enjoy? And it made me kind of question all of that kind of thing. And I mean, I've only been on this medication for a couple of days, so I can't say whether it's fixed it or whether it's not, but the change in myself just in such a short space of time has been significant. And what happens is in the evening I do crash. Like, when the medication starts to wear off, I do crash, and I've been experiencing headaches, and my brain goes back to its busy self, and I do struggle to concentrate on reading then. But whilst the medication is still in full force, I'm able to concentrate and read and find enjoyment. And I'm not sure if it's specifically the natural series or if it's my brain loving the natural series because it can now have space to do that. But I felt like I'm back. So, to give context, and again, it doesn't matter how many books you read. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter if you read one book in a year or if you read 300 books in a year. You're still a reader. It never takes away from your experience. But in 2023 and 2024, I read 190 books a year. I choose to not watch telly very often, or I didn't. I would choose to read in all of my spare time because that is what I enjoyed. And that's why I was able to read so much. This year, I am not even halfway to that number, and we've got 3 months of the year to go. And it just shows how significantly my ability to read has dropped. I've not been able to concentrate on things. Things have been, things have just not been great. I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much because it could be an absolute fluke, but part of me is really hoping that this is the start now of my brain being able to get back on track and come out of that kind of like burnout phase, and me be able to hopefully avoid going back into that at any point. I'm hoping that it also kind of equals me being able to get back into loving reading. At least that's the hope anyway, but we shall see. With that hope, I'm hoping that I can start to read some more. I've also gone for a very easy and romance litfic historical fiction-y heavy month. I said litfic by accident, I meant historical fiction. I'm pretty sure Kristen Hanna is historical fiction anyway, as opposed to litfic, but I'm hoping that that's going to kind of make it easy for my brain to process. Sometimes fantasies take too much brain power, and my brain doesn't have the power to focus on it. That's why I kind of still haven't managed to get around to Poppy War. I just don't think it's the right time right now. And let's be honest, I'm just going to buy the special editions anyway, and if I don't like the books, I'll just sell them afterwards. I don't want to miss out on something, but at the same time, I don't want to force myself to read something right in this second when I'm just going to rate it lower than I would if I read it at the right time. I hope that makes sense. One thing that I have realised is that I have to pick what I'm going to read next. I have no idea what I'm going to read next. I've got a little novella to read after I finish Bad Blood, but that's it. I'm going to have to pick what I want to read next, which is exciting, but also like, what am I going to want to read? You know? How to Fry Your Hair 101. We are now ready to work with skincare done, eyebrows waxed, and hair done, and actually dressed, even though we're working from home today. So let's see if we have a good day. I will read at lunch, and I will update you after I finish work. I may be going to see my sister this evening because she's just moved into her first house. Her and her husband bought it this week, and they're moving in today, so I might go and see them. And I'm going to be seeing them tomorrow as well, I think. But I'll try and bring you along with me if I can. I genuinely can't remember the last time that I filmed something for this reading vlog. I think it might have been Friday. I did a lot of reading on Friday, but then yesterday I did absolutely none, which was not great for the challenge. However, I have managed to get down to 12 hours and 20 minutes, and I have to complete this by the end of Tuesday. So today is Sunday, it's currently 11:39 in the morning, and I need to do 12 hours today, tomorrow, and the day after, in 3 days. 4 hours a day, yay. Okay, that's going to go really well. I also have lots to do today. There's some bits that we need to do in our bedroom because we need to finish the decorating off. So I'm going to kind of bring you along with me, because what I am going to do is I'm going to audiobook. I personally don't think it's cheating to do audiobooks for this. I'm still reading, I'm just listening to it through audio because I am busy. I have things to do. I'm going to bring you with me. Don't judge my decorating skills. I'm a DIYer. Yeah, we've got to fill some holes in the skirting boards, architraves, window ledge, a few bits in the walls. I've got to clean the window so that we can caulk the window. The caulking around the skirting boards has been done already this morning. Steam cleaned the window, kind of. The window needs replacing, but I'm just going to try and make it as good as possible. I finished All In and Bad Blood and 12 on Friday. No, wait, I didn't finish All In. I finished Bad Blood and 12 on Friday. So I completely finished the Natural series. 5-star series from me, absolutely amazing. YA murder mystery is my new obsession. I think I'm gonna explore some more murder mysteries, see if I like them. Absolutely recommend that series if you haven't read it already. I rated All In and Bad Blood both 5 stars. I did rate the entire series 5 stars, so I was incredibly impressed with how it was written. Everything through across all 5, well, the novella at the end, 12, was kind of separated, but through the main 4 books, everything was interlinked. Every tiny detail of each character's history, every case that they worked on, everything, it was all so intricately linked in so many ways that I just thought, like, it was honestly creative genius. Absolutely loved it. Each book built on the last with clever clues, shocking reveals and hooking moments all the way through. I just honestly could not put them down. By the end, all of the threads came together in such a satisfying way, and I have to say it's one of the most addictive series I've picked up in a long time. It was, honestly, just read it. Just read it. I then started Daughter of Stone by B.A. Pepper. I started this morning. I did a little bit of relaxing and I got to 16%. I am at chapter 6. Really enjoying this so far, but like I say, for the moment I can't read. I need to do stuff. I'm hoping to read that this evening, but for now I'm going to be listening to Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. That is the plan. So I'm going to bring you with me and let's see how much we can read whilst I'm decorating. I finished the few bits of decorating that I was going to do today. However, I didn't realise whilst I was doing it that A, my camera ran out of battery, and B, the lighting was absolutely shocking, so I apologise for the quality of the clips you've just watched. But anyway, I managed to do what I needed to do, and then I have chilled out this afternoon. What I listened to was not a lot in the grand scheme of things because I kept having to ask Pete questions, so I didn't actually listen to an awful lot of my audiobook. I think I listened to 11%. So it wasn't an awful lot, and I didn't get an awful lot of the timer done in the grand scheme of things. We have 11 hours left. So we're gonna go on live now and just relax and try and read some of Daughter of Stone. I was really enjoying it this morning when I was giving it a read, so I am looking forward to this one. This afternoon I have just sat and watched telly whilst I have created swatches of the gel polishes that I have. I literally just sat and created these. They're like jelly polishes. I spent literally about 2 hours doing this afternoon and I had a great time. It is now 6 o'clock and I'm going to try and read a little bit. Do I think I'm going to read a huge amount? Probably not, no. But hopefully, I don't know, we might get to 9 hours left. So I've got 9 hours over 2 days. Oh. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Try not to put too much pressure on myself because then reading isn't fun. I do want to smash this challenge. I do want to smash it. And I am enjoying the books that I'm reading through this challenge. It has been enjoyable. I've just had one of those days, well, one of those weekends. I literally did nothing yesterday, no reading. So today I want to try and make up for it if I can. But anyway, I'm waffling on. I just need to get on reading. I will bring you along with me. managed to get so much read last night, so much so that we actually have 7 hours and 18 minutes left, which is amazing. I didn't realise, I had no idea that we'd get that much read yesterday. I did want to talk to you about the book that I'm reading in a minute. So I'm reading Daughter of Stone by B.A. Pepper, which is an art. I know B. She is such a nice person, honestly. She's incredible. And I thought this was going to be good because she recommends books on her podcast all the time. She's a huge romantasy fan and she has read so many books, but she also has the talent to write one. So I thought it was going to be good, but I didn't ever think it was going to be this good. So far, there are so many things I love about this book. It is going to be a series. There's going to be 3 books in the series and a novella, and so this is setting up for the rest of the series. But I love the character relationships at the moment. There's this one particular character called Jazz, and they are non-binary, and the conversations that they have with Non and the kind of flirty banter that's going on there, and just, I don't know, just everything. I get this feeling about them as a character and about Non as well that I really, really, really enjoy, and I can't quite put it into words as to the reason why. He's just written it in a way where I just really enjoy them. Now, the main male character, Dylan, he is also just a great character. He is confident, he's sexy, he's got that aura about him where he knows that he's good looking, but he's also kind of a knob, but not, if that makes any form of sense. And I'm really liking the relationship that him and Non are starting to build on, even to the point where I was like, wait a minute, I'm actually confused as to like which character I'm wanting this to develop with. And I'm not going to give too much away because obviously I don't know what happens in the rest of the book. I want you guys to read it and enjoy it. Just come out on the 31st of October, by the way, if you're interested. £3.99 on Kindle. But I actually pre-ordered the special edition hardback because she has decided to do a special edition of both the paperback and the hardback, and they are absolutely stunning. So let me show you. This is the hardback. Hopefully you're going to be able to see it. So this is the hardback, and it's got sprayed edges, gold foiling, this amazing edge. And then if you pre-order as well, you get character art and the bookmark, which I'm really excited about because I'm excited to see what the characters look like. I've kind of got a picture of them in my head from something that I've seen that she's put out, but I can't remember all the details. So I only remember very small amounts of them. I can't picture things in my head. I'm not very good at that. I think I've mentioned it on my channel before. I just can't. I don't have the ability, but I can picture things if I've seen a photograph of something. And I do remember seeing it on her socials somewhere. So I'm excited to see that again. I really enjoy. So the book is about witches, and it's about, there's different covens of witches. There's 5 different covens. There's the northern, eastern, southern, western and central coven, and Non's granny is the leader of the northern coven. Dylan is part of the western, I believe, if I remember that correctly. And it's about, they come together to do these trials. I'm not going to try and pronounce the name of the trials because this is a Welsh book, so there's a lot of Welsh place names, people names, just names for things, and B does have a pronunciation guide in the front of this. However, I can't remember it, and so my brain just it just reads the letters and tries to make sense of them. But there is this like a trial that happens where they basically try to win to be chosen by a god, to be it's called a vassal, I'm not quite sure, and they get chosen by a god and then they get more power basically. So a witch is a wielder, so they can wield power, but not every wielder is a vassal, but every vassal is a wielder, if that makes any kind of sense. Non has to compete in these trials. Now at the moment she's just kind of training for those trials at the place where I am, which is why I think this book is setting up for the rest of the series really well. But the experience that she has leading up to kind of these trials and the tribulations that she faces, and there's a couple of things that you can tell that is being hinted at, things that aren't quite what they seem, or pieces of information that we don't quite have yet, and I'm like, I need to know that now. I need to know that now. And I don't know, I just get this feeling about the book. I can't really explain it all that well, other than it's a feeling. So yeah, I am really enjoying it so far. Really enjoying it. So excited to get my pre-order of the special edition. I think it's coming in like December. So I've got a while to wait, but it's going to be good regardless. And I can't wait for the next one. I think he just told me actually, because I was messaging her, and she said that book 2 is coming in May 2026, book 3 in December, and then a prequel novella coming in between in August. So yeah, that is super exciting. I feel like this is potentially going to be a 5-star series for me. I'm not normally kind of like a witchy person. Like, I liked in Throne of Glass there was some mention of witches, but I don't like brewing type of witches. But I don't mind this type of witch where they kind of wield a power, but it's not all like toil and trouble kind of in a cauldron kind of situation. decoration. So this is probably as Halloweeny as I'm probably going to get, and that's just the mention of witches. But it feels kind of on theme for this time of year, so I like that. What I am going to do now is I am at work. I have a really tedious, boring task that's potentially going to take me hours. I don't have to do a whole lot of concentration on it, so I think I am going to try and read my audiobook, see how I get on, because I started the Good Girl Complex yesterday, but only got 11% in, so I need to get into that, and we will time it also, obviously. But we're doing good so far. We're doing good, and I've really enjoyed the books that I've read so far this month. I think this might be my favourite reading month so far, and we're only on the 6th of October, so it's going well. But yeah, I will try bring you along with me while I do a bit of work and listen to my audiobook and see how we go. Finally sitting down for the night to read. It is 7:30. I've just done all of my social uploads for the day. I finished my big task at work that I did this morning that you will have just watched, and I managed to get down to 6 hours and 21 minutes left. I can't remember what we were on beforehand, but we did listen to 10% of our book, so I have 5 hours and 32 minutes left of that at 20 something percent, I think 21%. Yeah, listen to 10% anyway, but we have 6 hours 21 minutes left, so I'm gonna try and maybe get 2 hours of reading done tonight. That will leave us with, or maybe I should try and get 2 hours 21 minutes. That will leave me with 4 hours for tomorrow, which I feel is doable because I'll be doing my TikTok reading sprints tomorrow night as it's Tuesday. I did do a tiny bit of reading today, so I'm at 66% of the book now. I have already, I don't know if I've already mentioned this, but I did pre-order the special edition earlier because apparently we're that obsessed with it already. It says I have 2 hours and 26 minutes left of the book, so maybe we could try and finish the book this evening. Maybe. We'll see how we get on. Well, I'm going to sit here and read for a little while. It's just me and Ted's in this evening. You can see him just here. So he's having a little chill. I'm going to sit and I'm actually going to read while I eat this ice cream, and you're going to probably watch that. And it's going to be a disaster because I got this out of the freezer and then I did all my social, which has definitely taken me about 20 minutes. So this is definitely going to be liquid inside when I bite into it. So enjoy that. Enjoy that. It is time to get reading. I've been reading now for a while and I'm getting to the point where my brain is just not focusing. I think I've like read so much over this past week that my brain's just like Can't do it. I'm gonna watch TV instead for a bit before I go to bed. I did manage to get the time down to 4 hours and 43 minutes. So that is tomorrow's task. I will be doing some more audiobooking during the day because I have some more really random tasks to do that I don't need to read or write anything on. So I'm going to try and do as many of those as I can and listen to my audiobook. But I will maybe try and read for an hour before I start work so that I can hopefully finish this book. I'm at 84% now, so hopefully I will be able to finish this in the morning before I start work, and then we'll do audiobook for the rest of the time. I think that's the plan I'm thinking at the moment, because for my next, it's going to be a reading vlog, but it's going to be a shorter one, and it's going to be my followers pick my read based on emojis only, and then I'll read that book and obviously do a reading vlog. So I've posted that poll this evening and we'll see what my followers pick. So I'm not going to tell you what that book is in this vlog. I'll either just audiobook tomorrow and finish the time with that after I finish this one obviously, or I'll be reading that book but I'm not going to tell you what the book is. I'll just let you know that I have finished the time, if that makes sense. But yeah, my plan is to watch some TV now before I go to bed, carry on with Sullivan's Crossing. I think I'm at series 2 episode 3 or 4, I think. I'm really enjoying that, so I'm gonna watch an episode and then go to bed. I shall see you guys tomorrow. It's the next day. I finished. I don't know why I'm whispering because you guys can hear me, but I finished. Right, it's time to pause this bad boy. I managed to get quite a way through my audiobook today. I can take my headphones off now. I also finished Daughter of Stone. So I have done amazing today. I don't even know how long I've read today. I've read for a really long time. I basically finished Daughter of Stone because I didn't quite finish it last night. So I finished that before work this morning. I then audiobooked for about 4 hours today. So a little bit during work, and then after work I have just been uploading a load of stuff to Vinted. I've been like tidying around, I've been doing loads of things, and I've just basically audiobooked. My brain is dead. I kid you not, it is dead, and I need a night not reading. I'm gonna sit and watch telly tonight. That is gonna be what I'm gonna do. Just gonna put me down while we talk about Daughter of Stone because that book was insane. I rated it 4.5 stars. I don't know why I couldn't rate it 5 stars. There was just something. I feel like because it's the first book in a series and you know that there's going to be more coming, and you know there's going to be more twists and turns, and you know there's going to be more, it's sort of like, I don't know, I just felt like I couldn't quite give it 5 stars. But I absolutely loved it. I was hooked right from the beginning, like right from the get-go. The way it is written is so easy to digest. Like there is world building, there is an element of you getting to know the covens, the magic system, the characters in their background, but it's done in a way where you don't have to think about it. And one of the main things for me was I loved the characters. Absolutely love the characters. Like the flirty friendship with Jazz. Now at the beginning I did question where the book was going to go in terms of relationships, and to be honest I kind of wouldn't have minded where it went. However, their friendship was something that I really enjoyed, and that was something that I didn't quite expect to be in the book. And then obviously we have the fiery sexual tension with Dylan that was just, the spice was spicing. But what I have to say is this is like an epic slow burn. Like there's no kind of spice until quite close to the end of the book, which I really liked. And when I got there, oh my god. So yeah, love that. And obviously it's like deadly witch trials. So you've got trials with that kind of like who's gonna die, who's not, like what's gonna happen. You've got the political elements of the different covens. You've got this other facet of somebody that's going on. Like I'm trying not to give too much away, but basically it's amazing. Read it. It comes out on the 31st of October, so you will have a bit of time beforehand, but I think you can pre-order it on Amazon. The Kindle version is $3.99 I think. But B is an indie author, so we like supporting our indie authors. There was also a quote as well that I've just got like 10 tons of Vinted parcels here. There was a quote that I absolutely loved and I thought I would highlight it because yeah, it was needed. Oh, the cliffhanger at the end. Like I need the next book. I think the next book is May next year. Oh my god, that time needs to hurry up. Like, hurry up. Where are my highlights at? Why can't I remember how my Kindle works? Right, here we go. It feels like my heart has been ripped out every day since you've been gone. But the funny thing about grief is that the hole never heals. You just learn to live without a heart. I don't think I've ever been able to smile as wide or laugh as hard in a world that you're not in, but I'm certainly going to try. I just thought that was like, that is grief summed up, and the strength that it takes to carry on and live your life again without them is immense. So yeah, I I don't know, I absolutely loved it, so that deserved a highlight. But yeah, that is my challenge complete. I cannot believe, I mean, I know that some people do 24-hour reading challenges and they do them on a weekend, and I just don't know how. Don't know how you focus for that long. I think it hasn't helped that my focus has not been great this week, but whoa, where did that lighting change come from? Just glad that I did it. 23 hours and 37 minutes complete. Ticked off. We did it. We converted our TikTok doom scrolling time into reading time successfully. And hopefully it was a decent vlog. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified next time I upload. Next week's video is going to be super exciting because my followers have picked my read and I'm going to do a cozy little reading vlog of me reading that book. So I shall see you next week. Bye guys.